My boyfriend called me emotionally unstable in an HR report just to hide the fact he was sleeping with my coworker. I didn't know that part yet. All I knew at the beginning was that something at work felt off in a way I couldn't quite name. My name is Olivia Reyes, live to everyone in the office. I'm 27, a senior analyst at a tech company in downtown Chicago, the kind of person who color codes dashboards and stays late to fix other people's mistakes. For 3 years, one of those people was Ethan Cole. When he joined our department, we were on the same level. Same title, same nervous energy in client meetings. Ethan had the charm. Easy jokes, practiced smile, the kind of confidence that plays well in glass conference rooms. I had the spreadsheets, quiet competence, late nights, and the habit of making sure every number lined up. We started as coworkers, then as the two people who always stayed last. Takeout at our desks turned into rides home, turned into one sloppy kiss at a rooftop happy hour that we both pretended we didn't see coming. By the time he was promoted to team lead, we were living together in a small apartment with a broken dishwasher and a joint grocery list. We also shared passwords. If his laptop died, he used mine. If my phone battery died, I logged into my email on his. It felt like trust, like proof that we had nothing to hide from each other. Then Hannah Blake joined the team. She showed up on a Monday in a navy blazer and white sneakers, 26 and sharp around the edges. Transfer from another firm, glowing references, the kind of resume our director loved. Ethan had ironed his shirt that morning. I noticed he brought her to my desk. "Liv, this is Hannah," he said. "She's going to help us dig out of the reporting mess." Hannah smiled. "I'm just glad there's another woman here who isn't in HR," she said. Her desk ended up near Ethan's for collaboration. He volunteered to be her mentor. At first, it all looked normal. Onboarding meetings, calendar invites for analytics training, questions over Slack. Then their invites turned into pitch prep, just us, and his chair migrated closer to her side of the office. At night, his phone buzzed more. "It's just Hannah," he'd say, glancing at the screen. "She's still learning our system." I didn't want to be the jealous girlfriend people whispered about around the coffee machine, so I swallowed my discomfort and told myself to be reasonable. The night everything cracked was a Tuesday. We were in a conference room finishing an emergency call with a client whose reports weren't loading. Ethan's laptop had died, so he'd logged into his account on my computer and shared my screen to the big TV. The call ended. The client hung up. My screen was still mirrored on the wall. "Let me check something in Slack real quick," he said. He clicked the Slack icon. His workspace opened. Channels, group chats, a list of direct messages. My name sat in one thread. Hannah's sat in another. His cursor moved toward our team channel, but for a fraction of a second, he clicked on her name instead. The DM thread popped open on the TV. The hum of the air conditioner faded. The world narrowed to a column of white and blue text. "Hannah, room is booked for Thursday, same hotel as last time." Ethan, "Perfect. Liv thinks I'm at the gym. You looked insane today, by the way." My stomach dropped. Above those were older messages, heart emojis, late night, "Can't stop thinking about you." A screenshot of a hotel confirmation with both their initials in the notes. "Ethan," I said, "turn it off." He jolted, fumbled for the trackpad, killed the screen share, shut the window, everything except facing what we'd both just seen. "Liv, it's not what you think," he said automatically. I walked around the table and stopped beside him. My pulse was racing, but my voice stayed level. "It looks like you're sleeping with your direct report," I said. "So if you're going to lie, you're going to have to try harder." For a second, panic flashed in his eyes. Then it smoothed over into the calm, reasonable face he used on difficult clients. "You're overreacting," he said. "We've been working late on a pitch. She booked a room so we'd have quiet, that's it." "With a wink emoji?" I asked. "With same hotel as last time." He sighed and rubbed his forehead. "Liv, you're exhausted. This quarter has been brutal. If you start acting crazy about this at work, it's going to get messy. For both of us. You don't want to be that girl in the office." That girl, the jealous one, the unstable one. The story they tell new hires when they warn them not to date coworkers. Something in me moved then, a small, sharp shift. Not a scream, not a breakdown, just a quiet click, like a lock sliding into place. "I'm not the one who should be worried about how this looks at work," I told him. He held my gaze, then shrugged like we were arguing over who forgot to buy milk. "Let's go home," he said. "We'll talk when you've calmed down." I went to bed that night thinking the worst thing he'd done was cheat on me. The next morning, there was a calendar invite from HR waiting in my inbox. The HR email sat in my inbox like a bruise. Meeting regarding workplace conduct. Attendance required. I reread it 3 times before walking to the 15th floor. HR smelled like lavender diffusers and nervous sweat. Jenna from my team gave me a worried glance as I passed her desk, but she didn't say anything. No one ever says anything when HR is involved. Inside the small conference room sat Melissa from HR and Ethan. He didn't look at me. "Olivia," Melissa began, folding her hands. "A concern has been raised regarding your behavior toward a coworker. Specifically, accusations of jealousy, hostility, and creating an emotionally unsafe environment." There was a ringing in my ears. "Toward who?" "Hannah Blake." I stared at Ethan. He stared at the table. Melissa continued. "Ethan expressed concern that your personal relationship may be affecting team dynamics. He described you as emotionally unstable at times, raising your voice, and making Hannah uncomfortable." "I have never raised my voice at anyone here," I said quietly. Ethan finally looked up, and the expression he wore was rehearsed sympathy. "Liv, I was just trying to help. You've been stressed. I thought maybe talking to HR could give you support before this became a bigger issue." Support. He had cheated on me, and then built a paper trail to paint me as the problem. I walked out of HR with my hands cold and a note on my record saying I had been counseled. No one asked for my side. No one asked for evidence. HR prefers the neatest version of the story, especially when a team lead delivers it. By lunch, 3 coworkers avoided eye contact. By afternoon, 2 team members who normally asked for my help whispered with Ethan instead. A narrative had formed, fast and clean. I was unstable, irrational, threatening poor Hannah. That night, while Ethan showered at home, I opened my laptop and downloaded every Slack message I could legally access. I took screenshots of HRS notes, saved copies of calendar invites showing late-night pitch prep, and exported project dashboards. I didn't know what I was building yet. Only that instinct told me to gather receipts before he buried me in something worse. 2 days later, Jenna stopped me in the hallway. "Liv, can we talk?" she whispered. We ducked into an empty office. She looked around nervously before opening a folder on her phone. It showed screenshots from the internal analytics platform, metadata logs, timestamps, and something else. Something ugly. "Ethan's been altering performance data," Jenna said. "He changes the contributor list on reports, moves errors under junior analysts' names, makes his numbers spike before review cycles." My stomach tightened. "How long?" "Months, maybe longer. He told us not to say anything because you'd explode if you found out. He said you were too emotional to handle the stress." There it was, the real betrayal. He hadn't just lied to me. He'd lied about me professionally to protect fraud that could cost the company millions and destroy innocent careers. I exhaled slowly. "Jenna, can you send me everything?" She nodded. "I want him gone, Liv. I'm tired of watching him take credit for work he didn't do." For the next week, I built a folder so complete it could have been assembled by an internal legal team. Every screenshot labeled, every log time-stamped, every HR contradiction recorded. It felt less like revenge and more like laying bricks to climb out of a grave someone else dug for me. Then the email arrived. "All hands meeting Friday. Major announcement." The rumor spread within minutes. Ethan was getting the promotion, the one with the 5-figure bonus, the one he'd been bragging to Hannah about in late-night messages. I didn't cry. I didn't confront him. I just renamed my evidence folder, Coal Integrity Review, and waited for Friday. The all-hands meeting was held in the large glass conference hall overlooking the river. Everyone buzzed with the same rumor, and Ethan stood near the front, adjusting his tie, trying to look humble. Hannah hovered close, pretending not to smile. Mark, our director, stepped up. This quarter's leadership promotion goes to someone who has demonstrated initiative, consistency, and integrity. I stood. Before you finish, I said, I need to submit something for the record. Every head turned. Ethan's smile twitched. I clicked a single button on my phone. A new email appeared on every manager's screen, including Mark's and HR's. Subject line: evidence regarding Ethan Cole, urgent review. Inside was the folder. Slack messages, hotel bookings, altered data logs, metadata proofs, and HR contradictions. Everything arranged, labeled undeniable. Mark's face drained. He opened a report, scrolled, stopped, and looked up slowly. Ethan, he said, voice flat, step outside, now, people whispered. Hannah backed away from him. Security approached the doorway. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't look at Ethan. I simply said, I will not allow lies about my character to stand. Everything is documented. The meeting ended abruptly. By Monday, Ethan was suspended. By Wednesday, fired for data manipulation and dishonesty. Hannah was reassigned, then gone. HR cleared my file and issued a written apology. Mark offered me a transfer and a raise. Months later, Ethan texted me, "Can we talk?" I deleted it without opening it. Some endings don't need closure. They just need truth.